happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daniel. Happy birthday to you.
Here are just a few short, sweet memories that we have of you, Daniel.
That's right.
Remember that one time when you were teaching me how to drive stick shift, and you took me over to French middle school, and you decided it was a good idea to teach me when all the other kids were getting out of school? And then I cried.
Oh, remember that one time when it was Becky's birthday party, and we spent 3 hours making a box out in the parking lot, and then you came in and were there for like the last 15 minutes of the party, and then I cried. Remember that one time when I was like having my 12-year-old birthday party and all my friends were over and we decided to dress you up in women's clothing and you liked it, and then I cried. Remember that one time that you came and lived in my living room in Salt Lake City, and then I wouldn't let you use my computer, and then I cried.
Remember that one time when you took me over to Clarion neighborhood and you decided that it was a good idea to teach me how to drive stick shift into park and to start up my car on really steep hills? Yeah, that was a bad idea. And then I cried.
Remember that one time when you tried to put all this stuff onto your scooter and you could barely get over the bridge because you packed so much stuff, and then you cried. Remember that one time at Lincoln Street when you were really mad at Mom and you called her Mummy, and she was like, "I'm not a mummy, I'm your mommy," and then she cried. You remember that one time at McClure Elementary School where you called the librarian Mrs. Donkey and she got mad at you and then you cried? Remember that time at Fairland Plaza Mall when we were in the pet store and the lady was smoking and you told her that smoking was bad for her and she got really mad and then she cried?
Remember that one time you decided to surprise Dad when you came home, and so you thought it was a good idea to go over to the liquor store and buy some booze and make Dad think that you were a bum drinking it up in the church parking lot, but then Dad thought that you really were a bum drinking it up and he went out there with his gun and he almost shot you, and then he cried.
Remember that time when you came down to Georgia and we went out to try to find an antique store and we were walking all around and it was really, really hot and I didn't have anything to drink and I got really, really mad and then I got really, really shaky, and you said that you weren't lost but you didn't have a map and you thought you knew where the store was, and then you and Emily left you, and then a cart came by that had some ice cream and I took some to make me feel better, but I still wasn't feeling better, so I couldn't go to the concert that night. I just stayed in the hotel and I got room service, and the end. The end.
And this one time we went to the Weezer concert.
Without one time that you were on drugs.
Remember, we went to the Weezer concert and me and you went out the front entrance and we were trying to find Daniel and we were looking and looking and looking. It was downtown Atlanta and it was really late and we couldn't find you anywhere, and we thought that you'd either gotten lost or that you had left without us.
And then some black people came along and they're like, "What are all these white people doing here?" And they're like, "We think we're in the wrong neighborhood."
They're like, "You could get shut up in here." And then we cried. But what I was talking about was that he was up there getting autographs from those people for us, the opening act.
That's right.
That everybody booed at the Weezer concert because they thought that they were horrible, but we thought that they were wonderful.
That's great.
The end. And then I cried. Yes, this is Toby. I just wanted to play a little jam for you. So, as soon as I sniff out the bongos, then I'll learn how to play them. If I knew how to play the bongos, I would play you a tasty little treat that you wouldn't be able to resist. But until then, you will have to be satisfied with this beautiful mugshot of me and the tasty bongos. And adieu.